that rain, just the type of day I love to craft with my friends. And I've invited you into my home today and lit the fire for you. And I'm going to show you some bits and pieces that I do to start my journaling off. Makes it a lot easier for me, and it's good to share tips with each other, isn't it? So I just want to say welcome to my home, and I hope you enjoy my video today. Right, I've got something here to show you before we actually start on our journal appliqué. So I just thought I would show you this. I would say it's more of a bed end shabby chic cover, like a little bit that you put on the end of your bed or guest room. But you could use it as a shawl. I have sent one off as a shawl. It smells lovely, and it's all got all handmade flowers on, and they're all my favourite flowers. I keep them in a big bag. So I love doing these rolled roses. They're all different textures of velvet and cotton and all sorts of things, and it's got bling on it. So as you can see there, it's got lots and lots of lovely bling, and it's so big, and I'm only working with a small table today. So it is lovely. It's nice. It's a nice little piece that I just couldn't think of what to craft. I just thought, what am I going to make today? I haven't got a clue. So I am doing a rug for somebody at the moment, but you know, health permitting, whether I work on things like as heavy as that. So I just kind of decided to do this, and I'm happy with it. It's nicer in real life. It has bling. It has this lovely fabric underneath, which is thick cotton, and you can see the stripes in the cotton just there. And it's truly soft, so you could wear it easily as a very long scarf. You'd have to be eccentric, I think, to wear that, but people do. People do wear them over dresses. So I thought, with what's going on in the world at the moment, it's really bad. So I just thought I'd make some happy things just to cheer us all up. And of course, if I make one of these for the giveaway, I will be doing it after Christmas now, the giveaway, because of course with the Christmas post, it would take a long time to get to you. Calico, and of course very old fabric, which is what I strive to use, because I like to collect old fabrics, and I usually get them in auction off eBay. But I want to show you this little stash here, because I use jewellery. And just look at that beautiful locket. I'll try and zoom for you. That is a gorgeous locket, and you can undo it. Isn't that pretty? And it is vintage as well. So I don't know if I could part with that, but I've got quite a few of those actually that I've won on eBay. Another box somewhere just stuffed with jewellery. So I have all these bits and pieces and these old cards and these makes that I do. That I've got loads of them. Well, it just came out of the bag that I keep my makes in for doing journal. Goodness, it's absolutely heaving it down. It's gone black. I hope you can see all of this. So we've got an old card here. It says love and best wishes. Some of these are faked, but this isn't. Most definitely not, because I buy these in auction. To Polly, my dear wife, from one who loves her Cecil. Gosh, Cecil's an old name, isn't it? I love the name Polly. So basically, I've got these old cards, some left over here. I always keep those for the journals. This is from a beautiful book for journaling called Gypsy Gypsy, and I have shared a lot of this out with my friends here on YouTube, and I can't get hold of another one, and I've tried so hard to get hold of another one. There's just a bit of stuff I've collected, and what I do is, I'm going to get onto the makes in just a minute, but I keep these all in a plastic bag all of these things here, like tea-dyed pink paper, and I do that with food colouring. So I've dyed that with food colouring, and I usually just sew around something in there like that. Sorry, other way around. I usually just do that, or even perhaps cut that down, put that on. And that could do as a journaling card. These are really stiff handmade paper with a lot of sewing actually. And I cut them all up and I do various things. That's on paper. I love to make paper, but I haven't got time at the moment with Christmas, and all of these are just, sometimes I send off postcards, but these are just ones I've actually put on calico with Mod Podge. Pretty. There's that one there on the back. Of course, what I do with this is I just cut that, but it's all just made ahead of time, and it's all stuffed, lots of it is stuffed in plastic bags, and that's from this amazing Gypsy. Okay, don't want to dwell on the already made stuff. I want to show you the things that, you know, you can do. It's just paper, but it's great for sewing on little, you know, little applique pieces like that, which is made on the back of calico. I love these bits of paper. I always keep them. This, for instance, is kind of hand-drawn. It was cut from a journal I wasn't happy with. There's a lot of sewing on the back there, lots of stitching. So that is actually nice for a journal or even a card. That would be a nice card bit. Now this is actually squashed down handmade paper under here. I just went round there with a pen, and that's the handmade paper underneath the fairy. Just squished it all down, added some colours and ironed it all out. This is what I wanted to show you. Things like this. I'll just put together bits like that, okay? Printed out onto fabric. And then I tea-dyed all this lovely, lovely, shiny stuff. I've got loads of this, absolutely loads. And just tea-dye it. It tea-dyes very well. Get some old lace. And that could go, I mean, it's very lightweight. You can see it's been tea-dyed at the back there, look. Sewed on with some darker cotton. I have gone around with my paints on here, which is fine. It's not going to go anywhere. The colour, I mean. So that's good. That's a nice little light piece there. Of course, I've got all these bits here. These pretty little bits. I mean, it's a nice piece of paper. Cardboard. And then you've got your lovely, lovely old-fashioned fabric, which I've got loads of that, little pieces that I keep. And then this is nice. This is just thick calico. That is a really good wool fabric. And then she will be going in some sort of a journal at some point. This is what I mean. If you have stuff prepared and you think, well, I'll put that to one side. I'm sure you do. I'm sure there's so many of you that do that. It's nothing new. That's lovely because you can always cut the words out. I get these on eBay. They're not expensive, eBay UK. I'm just surrounded by stuff here, honestly. So it's just some fabric that I've got and some lovely velvet. You know, I like matte velvet. I prefer matte velvet. I always get the good velvet. It's not worth buying cheap. So there is some nice butterflies, which I've got a piece of butterfly fabric, which I cut these butterflies out of. And of course, tea-dyed calico. I love calico. It's so versatile. We all know that. You know, make some hearts and I cut things out. Butterflies there. And what I'll do with that is, if I need a heart, it's on there. Inside it's just got a little thingy. Card, sorry. If I don't say the correct word, I do apologise. Card. So that would look my journal. The pocket's been sewn to bits because I just love to use my sewing machine. And that is embroidery thread in the bobbin. I do have a tutorial on that in one of my videos. That's a card onto some French style fabric, and I just do a little bit of a mixed media around that, and that would make a nice journal cover. But it's layers and layers. I love the layers. And on the back there, of course, I could just put that directly into a journal, add some little bit of lace. That's about the size of an average, slightly larger journal. If you didn't want it that big before you journal, cut it down and use it smaller for your journal cover. Probably will sew it back up. I like to do things like this. Yes, that's very old. My next door neighbour gave me a load of that. Lots of cards. Now this is a good idea. Do you want tea or coffee, by the way? If you were here at my house, I'd make you a lovely percolated coffee. I could do it on myself, actually. Right. This is brown paper that I bought in huge quantities, and I thought, what am I going to do with it? So this is a piece of brown paper with some ironed on, what do you call them? Napkins, that's the word, napkins. So I've just done that, and I cut pieces off for a very good reason. If I wanted a piece of that on there, for instance. Oh, look, I'm starting to do it. There you go. So if I wanted a piece on there, I would just cut a piece off, attach it to there with my sewing machine, or a little bit of glue to go into the journal. But having bits ready is a really good idea, especially if you're not up to, or especially if you're not feeling like crafting. That's just a plain old piece of journaling card from the Gypsy book, and I know a few of you have got it because I've sent it out to you. And that's just some little flowers that I had. So that's that. Quite clearly you can see what that is. I've cut that. If I need anything for a journal, I'll refer to things I'm not using, and I shall just say cut that piece off there and put it on a journal. This is when I could be bothered printing things out. I think that's absolutely gorgeous. That's a piece of paper that would just sit nicely in the journal. So you could journal on there, open the middle up, which would have something interesting, by the way. I'd probably put a piece of lace down the middle, and you have your journal. I've got loads of this, well, not a load, but I've got enough of these, which I do put scented rose oil on. They do smell gorgeous, actually. And I love to fold these in half and make cards, but I haven't had time recently to do that, so that's what I do with the papers. I know nobody likes the squishing or the rustling of things, but that's just some bunting I bought, which is about 350 GMS card paper, and I've done all these here. Just fiddling about with my sewing machine, thinking, I gold leafed that with a gold pen, but I have just found some gold leaf that I've been missing. Because where's my cup of coffee? Hang on, my voice is going. So I've got some gold leaf, so I'll be doing a lot of that gold leafing. That's better. So that I'm going to give you a close-up of is just a little bit of some cards I'm doing, and I've sewed that one. I sew them all. This is handmade paper, not by me. I bought this handmade paper. I'm sure you've seen it before. But it's just good to make these little cards, and they're really quick to make and easy. Very unorganized woman. Look at this. They're everywhere. So these little cards here for journaling, to add to a journal. Have things ready.